Paul, stick close to us. There's some pretty nasty cliffs around here.
I'm okay. I'm used to this sort of stuff.
You're safe on the trail, but if the edge is hidden by bushes, you can...
Just kids trying to do what they should. They're growing up in the neighborhood, or they're up the street and around the bend. They're called the Edison Twins. Now every day is a different trial, but they pull through with a lot of style. Always getting out of trouble that they get in. Life with the Edison Twins. And if you use your head, you'll always win. You know the Edison Twins. Oh no, 2 days are quite the same. Life is just a learning game. And if you use your head, you'll always win. Just like the Edison Twins.
Whoa, Nellie!
Told you so.
That's an impressive draw. Is that where we're going?
That's it. Not too many fossils up here.
We're standing on the most recent dirt. Every foot of that bank represents about 50,000 years of Earth history.
At the bottom, the sediment was laid down over 3 million years ago.
Imagine that, it's 80,000 years ago.
Before you were born, Paul.
And this whole area was covered by a shallow lake.
With subtropical forests and giant sloths along the shore.
Giant sloths.
They were large animals that lived off the leaves and bark.
Oh, like a beaver.
Sure, Paul, like a beaver.
What are we waiting for? Let's get down there.
Hey, wait a minute! How come I'm carrying the pack?
'Cause you're the biggest!
Tell you to slow down, huh?
Oh, I should have known better than to let him load it. What's he got in here anyway?
You told him to bring everything we might need.
There's something sticky in here.
Just as I thought.
What?
Jelly sandwiches. You gotta admit, you might need some jelly sandwiches on a fossil hunt.
Yeah, well, the next time he loads it, he carries it.
Wasn't it you who said a scientist learns by making mistakes?
That was the other Tom Edison. And what he actually said was that he'd never had a failure. Only successful experiments proving his approach wouldn't work. Oh, if he's falling off a cliff, I'll kill him.
Makes sense to me.
Look at this, you guys. Look at this thing.
Wow.
That's some footprint.
It's way too big to be a dog.
More like a baby elephant with claws.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you guys are overeducated. It's a giant beaver.
Giant sloth?
They've been extinct for millions of years, Paul.
Well, if this one stinks, he also leaves footprints.
Not stink. Extinct. Means they all died.
I know that. Can't you recognize a pun? I'll bet he's probably still around here.
He?
The giant beaver. Come on, let's get out of here.
Paul, would you watch where you're going?
What?
I'm gonna come back here and catch him, and then I'm gonna sell tickets.
I don't believe it.
He's your brother.
Oh, give me a break.
Hey, how you doing today? Hamlet, you can have a new friend. And I'm gonna put him right here. And he's this big. And he's got teeth. I think he's got teeth. Probably looks something like you, only a lot bigger. I think maybe the size of a Great Dane. Put a chain link fence along this wall. Food dish, water dish, lots of straw. Yeah, it'll work.
Some kind of large animal. Why doesn't anybody know about it? It's got to leave more than one footprint. What does it eat? If it's a vegetarian, where are the chewed leaves?
And if it's a carnivore, why hasn't it caused any problems? This is a populated area.
Exactly. Nothing makes sense.
How can you guys play with that stupid thing? What about my giant beaver?
Tomorrow, Paul. We'll get the plaster cast tomorrow. This is homework.
What's it do?
It's a model to demonstrate Atwood's pulley.
There's nothing like this footprint in here. The smell of fish is getting stronger, brother.
You guys wouldn't believe in giant beavers if one chewed on your foot. After I catch it, you'll see.
Paul, you're not allowed on the bluffs by yourself.
There's an animal, we'll help you find it.
Just don't go running off in all directions.
Senator to workshop. Senator to workshop.
You people still eat dinner?
Hi, Mom.
We'll be right there. It's dirt. Dirt.
Yeah, dirt.
I hope that one's okay for you.
I know I can catch it. Ladies and gentlemen, for your pleasure and enjoyment, Mr. Paul Edison presents The Beast from the Bluffs.
Well, if it does exist, Paul, it must be very rare.
Maybe the only one of its kind left on Earth.
You wouldn't want to put it in a cage, would you?
Can't a guy have a fantasy without you getting heavy?
I can't believe it. It's 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's not.
Not what?
Not 6. 6:10.
How long does this stuff take to dry anyway?
Now it should be ready by now.
What would a photograph of a giant beaver do?
Giant sloth, Paul.
About 10,000 games of Donkey Kong.
Wow, I could play for weeks.
Daisy. But I wouldn't get my hopes up.
No, nothing adds up.
You guys are just cynics.
Skeptics, actually.
It's called healthy scientific skepticism. We wait until all the evidence has been weighed.
That's enough evidence for me.
Well, books have been written about less.
Oh, I don't know if I can go through another one of his lectures. He's taught the same class the same way since 1956.
That's right. Neatness counts.
Right, class, draw the frog.
And don't color outside the lines.
Kid stuff.
Oh, come on, Tom. You're just afraid of looking like teacher's pet.
Science nerd.
Oddball.
Brain bag.
Egghead.
Weirdo. Oh, look, I'm as bored as anyone in that class. More bored. I know what he's talking about.
So you can see, class, a force of 1 Newton on this end of the rope will be equally distributed along its entire length. A Newton, by the way, just in case anyone is interested, is a unit of force roughly equivalent to the weight of 1 apple. Now, I think this is a coincidence. I don't think it has anything to do with the legend of Newton being hit on the head by a falling apple before he formulated his laws of gravity. Now for next Monday, I want you to have read chapter 14, and would you please have a look at the questions at the end of that chapter?
Stick around for this. What? Stall for time. Teachers' pets are gonna look like idiots.
Mr. Gilmore, could we talk to you for a sec?
Sure.
We found something on the bluffs that's got us puzzled.
Are you waiting to talk to me too, Terry?
No, sir. But I'm always interested in scientific discoveries. What do you have there, Tom?
You smell a rat.
More like a setup. Nothing, Terry.
What a strange-looking footprint.
If it is a footprint, sir.
Could we use your foot-loading chart to check it out?
Oh, well, now that is always an interesting exercise, isn't it? Foot-loading chart, foot-loading chart.
I've already made the measurements.
Ah, good. Foot-loading chart's been moved. Here we are. Now, let me see. 22 by 18. Apparently walks upright, weight evenly distributed. What kind of soil did you find this in?
Mud.
That's the part that makes me suspicious. This thing would only weigh about 40 pounds, just under 20 kilograms.
You should stay for this, Terry. Come on now, why don't you come up to the front? Now look, this chart has 2 axes. On this axis, we plot the area of the footprint. And on this axis, the loading factor. Now, each dot in the scatter zone represents a different kind of animal. See, this is a camel, this is an elephant, and this is a mouse. Now, according to these measurements, the creature that made this track is someplace out here. About 9 feet tall, about 50-odd pounds. Too light to be a plausible creature. What we call the impossible category. In short, this is not one of nature's designs. It's a fake.
I don't suppose you'd know anything about this, would you, Terry?
Well, Terry, what about it? Was there some reason for this? Oh, well, perhaps you were trying to test their analytical abilities.
Yes, sir.
Do you know anything about this, Frankie?
No, sir. Terry just told me to stick around and watch the Edisons look like idiots.
Thanks a lot, jerk.
What was your dumb idea?
Well, now, look, I have no objections to jokes. But trying to damage a scientist's reputation is a serious thing.
Them, scientists? I was just trying to get them going a little bit.
But you didn't do enough research, so the joke backfired. Now, look, Terry. There have been many famous scientific hoaxes. Piltdown Man was the most successful. Bits of gorilla and human bones all put together into one skeleton. That one even got into the textbooks. But it was put together by an expert.
Yes, sir.
Now, your assignment for next Thursday. Describe how you would prepare a hoax to convince the Edisons that an unknown creature exists. Now, I warn you, the foot-loading chart isn't the only thing you'll have to take into account. You'd better do some research.
Yes, sir. Can I go now, sir? Sorry to waste your time.
Oh, don't be silly. Exposing a hoax is good intellectual exercise, as well as being good fun.
Watch the Edisons look like idiots, eh? That'll be the day.
Someday you'll see. Someday I'm gonna fix them good.
Yeah, I'm getting old while I wait. Jay?
Oh, there goes another one of Paul's $1,000,000 ideas.
Yeah, no. He's gonna be crushed.
Hey, the badminton net's gone. Paul? 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 You here?
Tom, maybe Paul's right about us being wet blankets all the time.
Yeah, I guess I squelch him a lot. I've gone to catch the giant beaver. Don't worry, I'll let it go after I show it around.
Let's go.
Yikes! Somebody get me out of here! Help!
Don't panic!
Thanks, you're a big help!
I guess I startled him. Took one look at me and ran right over the edge.
Stay put, Paul!
What a terrific idea!
He's lost that sparkling wit.
Can you reach him from there, Charlie? I'll try! That's as far as I can go! Son, just slide down. I'll catch you.
Forget it!
Oh, what are we gonna do?
Hey, great. Tie that to the tree and I'll go down for him.
Well, how much do you weigh?
About 160.
How much do you weigh?
About 165!
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect for what?
Brat, what's pulling?
If you tie that around your waist.
Here. Do a bow line. Show ya.
Okay, now tie yourself in! Don't worry, Paul. They'll be right there. Okay, now he's coming down. Will you come back up?
You understand this? No. I sure hope he does.
Great, now just tie Paul in. Just continue on down with Paul.
till Mr. Gilmore sees this.
How's he gonna see it? It's mine.
Oh, come on, Paul.
So I guess there's no giant beaver, huh?
I'm afraid not, Paul.
Nope, you were tricked.
No, I wasn't. I knew it all along.
Oh, yeah? Then what were you doing with this?
Moose.
Moose?
Yeah, moose. I was going to catch a moose. Wow, what's that? Come on up and look at it.
What is it? Some kind of pinball machine?
No, it's a model. Watch. The big one's going at the top. There's one small one that goes in at the bottom and runs round and round. Tom's going to trade me for my trilobite.
Trilobite?
Yeah. It's a fossilized insect, about a zillion years old. I found it by the river when I went to catch a moose.
A moose?
Yeah, with the badminton net.
You can't catch a moose with a net.
Who says? I would have caught one if I hadn't fallen off the cliff.
You fell off a cliff?
Yeah, but Tom and Annie used Atwood's pulley to get me down.
Atwood's pulley? What's that?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but... Larry, how much do you weigh?
If you put a rope through a pulley and tie it to a person, tension on the rope will be transferred along its entire length.
If the tension is greater than that person's weight, he will rise.
Of course, if you let go of the rope. Now, if you put a basket of apples on the other end of the rope instead of pulling on it, the person will go up when the weight of the apples is more than his weight.
If the weight of the apples is exactly the same as the weight of the person, they'll balance. That's what's called equilibrium.
The tension on the rope is the same on both sides.
Putting more weight on one side disrupts the equilibrium, and the person will gently settle to the ground.
That's what Atwood's pulley is, a controlled fall apparatus.
Just kids trying to do what they should. They're growing up in the neighborhood, or they're up the street and around the bend. They're called the Edison Twins. Now every day is a different trial, but they pull through with a lot of style. Always getting out of trouble if they get in. Life with the Edison Twins. And if you use your head, you'll always win. You know the Edison Twins. Oh no, 2 days are quite the same. Life is just a learning game. And if you use your head, you'll always win. Just like the Edison Twins.